School that he's currently attending is essentially having him leave because of disciplinary issues. I would actually call that a violation of manifestation determination because when you've got an IEP, in order for someone to do a disciplinary removal, and that's what I would call it, I'm calling it a disciplinary removal. Yes, thank you. Write it down because I want you to use this kind of terminology. When they do a disciplinary removal, first, they have to have a manifestation determination.
Hey special family, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Autism Mom, and on this channel we talk about autism and everything in between. Today we're doing another fair use reaction video. Let's take a look at the video.
The school that he's currently attending is essentially having him leave because of disciplinary issues. I would actually call that a violation of manifestation determination because when you've got an IEP, in order for someone to do a disciplinary removal, and that's what I would call it, I'm calling it a disciplinary removal. Yes, thank you. Write it down because I want you to use this kind of terminology. When they do a disciplinary removal, first, they have to have a manifestation determination to make sure that the behavior was not something that is part of his disability.
That's just another type of IEP meeting.
Right.
There's a lot of different types of IEP meetings. A manifestation determination is just one type of IEP meeting that happens when a student might be getting suspended or expelled, but they have an IEP. They're supposed to be doing a manifestation determination meeting to see whatever the behavior that would happen, is it a manifestation of their disability?
And if it is, no removal. No removal.
So this video was taken from this Instagram page and handle. Let's give them their credit. They have wonderful information on their page, so go ahead and give them a follow. So their video is focused on if your child has an IEP but they're being asked to leave the school, so disciplinary removal. So they're telling you the steps you can take, and they do represent parents who face things like that. And I'm pretty sure there are parents out there who face disciplinary removals, and this is where this company comes in to step in and help you out. So I hope that they gave you enough information to contact them, and if you do want to contact them, remember this is their Instagram page and handle. Send them an inbox. They'll get back to you. Let's see what the commenters had to say about this information, because I do see both sides of it. The teacher side, since I've been a teacher before, and the parent side. The teacher side, the disciplinary removal. What if the child is really, really violent, attack the teacher or attacked another student? Are we going to sue them for getting the child out of there to protect the teachers, the staff, and the student? Or do we let the child know that it's okay to do what you do? There's no consequences behind it. So it can be looked at from both angles, if we're gonna be honest. Yes, you can't remove my child because that's his behavior and it's due to his diagnosis. He's not doing it on purpose. I get that. But what if he's not doing it on purpose but still hurting people in the process? Can we look at it from that angle? I can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comment section. First commenter says, so the fact that my daughter has gotten kicked and hit by a student with an IEP or BIP several times is excused. I knew that was coming. Make this make sense. Compromising the safety and quality of her entire class learning environment to appeal this student should never be an option. This is insane. I know it was going to be looked at like that. Next commenter. So what happens when a teacher spends 50% of the class time dealing with the child's behavior based on their IEP? All the other children are being cheated out of an education. No, usually the teacher has paraprofessionals in the class. Like in Ramsey's class, for example, there are 8 to 9 students, and there are 2 paraprofessionals with the teacher to help the teacher at all times, even in summer camp. The creator responded, special education teachers have the skill general teachers don't, and they are compensated for it. I don't think you can compensate them enough. So I would not go the compensation route. I would say they have help, paraprofessionals. Next commenter. The sad thing is when these kids eventually become adults, there is no IEP to justify their ridiculous behavior. I would not call their behavior ridiculous because it's due to the diagnosis and they're not doing it on purpose. They can't help it. But some kids were spoiled and not taught that there are boundaries. That's why people say parent the child, not the autism. And a lot of parents with special need kids or kids with autism parent the autism and not the child. And then you create a child with no boundaries, a child with no discipline, because you keep saying, oh, he's autistic, oh, he's autistic. Even if they're autistic, there are do's and don'ts. So that's what we call parent the child, not the autism. So the person went on saying, their consequences will be jail. Teach them how to behave appropriate now instead of using this excuse. This is coming from a special ed teacher. This is not helping them. She may have a point. Next commenter. I feel like you are all taking this out of context. No one is saying that a child with an IEP can basically do what they want because the behavior is connected to the disability. It's basically saying that protocols are put into place, such as meetings, etc., to determine what is happening and why. Truth is, most public schools aren't properly trained or equipped with proper staff to be able to accommodate such students in the first place. So instead of trying to fix the problem, they get rid of them. All they are saying is that there's a level to these types of measures. No one is saying their IEP allows them to harm others or anything like that, because some behaviors are dangerous to others and severe. However, take into accountability how many other places people have given up on these children before they got to where they are. It starts in adolescence. These type of children have to be trained as any other child to be able to express themselves properly and interact, socialize with others because they think and learn differently. People are screaming it starts at home. As a mother with a toddler who has autism, I've had to advocate and fight for my daughter in situations like these. And she's been getting therapy her whole life, in home and now in school. It takes time. And instead of kicking them out, they should help parents find other alternatives so that their child can still receive the education and care they need on their levels. Some of you are truly disgusting. She made a point also. That's why I said this is kind of a coin with two sides, and both sides feel that they have a valid point. Next commenter, what foolishness. This is what is wrong with the school system today. Thinking their educational disability gives them the right to act up in school. No, that's not what they're saying. They're not saying give them the right. They're saying helps them not to be kicked out for something they didn't do intentionally. It's because of the disability. Next commenter, the parent saying, I don't care if they have an IEP or 504, wouldn't be saying this if it was their own child. The kids who don't have a disability and are being violent and disruptive are the real issue. They can control their impulse and choose not to. Children with disability wish they could control it. My IEP child is the sweetest boy ever. Tell me he loves me 1,000,000 times a day with hugs and kisses. But sometimes he has so much energy built up inside him, he will jump, kick, punch the air, and sometimes someone in there and gets hit. It's never intentional. He's the first one to feel horrible about it and say sorry. He wishes he could control it. See, and this is what the other parents are saying, like, yes, he says sorry, he wishes he could control it, he did not do it on purpose. But if you're the parent on the other end of that other child who got hit, kicked, and punched, your feelings are going to be hurt, and your child does not deserve to be hit, kicked, and punched by anybody. You see? So you have to put yourself in the other party's shoes. Next commenter, so many laws protecting children, none protecting teachers. She has a point. I was hit in my face with a milk crate, got 6 stitches just because a student with an IEP was upset that he couldn't have another student's toy. Nothing came of it. I still have medical bills on and off my credit card that's supposed to be workers' compensation. Shaking my head. This system is flawed. Yeah, I feel sorry for the teachers, but the teacher has a point. Like, Because of autism, he hit her with a crate in the face. She had to get stitches. She's still paying the medical bills, and there's no consequences. I can see how people would be like, so what are we teaching these kids? Yeah, I get it. So next commenter. So does having an IEP give the child a permit to behave any type of way, even if it affects the daily routine of other students and teachers? Somebody respond, no. Someone else says no, but when our education system spent decades getting it wrong, they overcompensate to get it right, which is still wrong. We are reactive versus proactive. Someone else responded, yes, and the older they are, the more they understand their IEP and what they are able to get away with. It's all a game for real, and the number of students with IEPs is ridiculous. So yes, rarely are they held accountable for their action. It's also not good because they start to feel like they can do anything in the street, and guess what? Not be held accountable for their action. It's set up all the way around. I didn't like the remark of a lot of students now have an IEP because the autism rate has skyrocketed. Maybe we should look into why do a lot of students have IEP now? What's causing this autism so rapidly? Next commenter, the problem is the kids now. They are protected by the IEP. Most of these kids don't have a disability connected to their behavioral issues. Then how did they get an IEP? Parents found out that the IEP can protect the child and the behavioral issues. It took the responsibility from the parent to deal with the child. School is not daycare. What? It is not the responsibility of the teacher to deal with disciplinary problems. You're right, school is not daycare, but which parent in their right mind would just go give their child an IEP for no reason? Do you know what it takes to get an IEP? You don't just get an IEP to get an IEP. Your child goes through hours and hours of evaluation, and they have to prove. I had to get 2 diagnoses to get an IEP. It just don't come falling from thin air. Next commenter. Manifestation determinations are required after 10 days of removal in a school year. It is not required for all removals or suspension. It is also not true that just because the termination is that a behavior is related to student's disability means they cannot be removed. There is instances when behaviors related to a disability can result in a removal or change in placement. I need advocates to actually learn the law and understand special education implementation. The unfortunate part is that parents will get sucked into paying for advocates with limited understanding and knowledge, but aggressive methods and loud mouths. If you need an advocate, find one with a special education background, solid knowledge and understanding of the law and regulation, ability to focus on the child and collaborative spirit, and a desire to see the full picture prior to jumping in and demanding things that are beyond realistic. I'm personally sick of it. Whoa. She told you. Next commenter, I think there should be a SPED IEP schools. If they need an IEP, they need to attend a school that is fully staffed and focused on the needs of IEP students. That's not a bad idea. It's not fair to the IEP students, the teacher, nor the other kids. Give every student a chance, not just the ones with disabilities. There are advanced curriculum schools, regular mainstream public schools, art and performance schools, trade school, private school, charter school, STEM school, available at every grade level. Place every child in an education environment where they can flourish and learn and become the very best version of themselves. Also, some of these poor teachers are developing mental illness like depression, anxiety, and PTSD from interactions and pressure from the parents and administration, and getting threatened and beaten up themselves by students with disability, and they're underpaid. Last commenter said, man, I understand why teachers quit, because all it is too much. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this situation. Can you see it from the parent side? Can you see it from the teacher side? Can you see it from the kids with special needs side, that they can't control what they're doing, it's just happening uncontrollably? And can you see it from the student or the teacher who gets hurt side, who says, I didn't come here to get hurt, whether you can control it or not? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.